In the war with Iran now, the U.S. military says the number of Americans killed during the conflict now stands at 6. And blasts rock the Middle East for a fourth day as this conflict widens. Saudi Arabia says 2 drones attacked the U.S. embassy, causing a fire. Meanwhile, the State Department has been urging Americans in the Middle East to depart now. Dick Brennan joins us now with more on the explanation as to why we went to war. Dick?
Well, Christine, we can tell you the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is now saying the U.S. went into the war after learning Israel was going to attack Iran. And that's raised criticism among Democrats questioning whether there was indeed an imminent threat against the U.S.
So this is a regime committed to destroying the United States of America.
And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said tonight he does not believe the fight in Iran will be an endless war.
This is going to be a quick and decisive action. And we're going to create the conditions, first, for the Iranian people to get control of their destiny.
President Trump, for his part, says it's possible the war will take longer than expected.
Right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it.
The U.S. and Israeli militaries have carried out more than 1,000 strikes in the last 3 days.
The hardest hits are yet to come from the U.S. military. The next phase will be even more punishing on Iran.
We're learning more about the attack that killed Ayatollah Khamenei. The Financial Times reported Israel's intelligence agency Mossad hacked into Tehran's traffic cameras to watch the movements of the supreme leader. CBS News has learned the CIA was also watching and had been following Khamenei until he appeared at a meeting with advisors Saturday morning.
This was a daylight strike based on a trigger event conducted by the Israeli Defense Forces, enabled by the U.S. intelligence community.
But 3 F-15 jets were shot down by friendly fire by Kuwaiti air defense systems. U.S. officials say all 6 crew members survived without serious injuries. One was seen recovering in the back of a car. Another even walked away. And now there's criticism of why the U.S. entered the war. Secretary of State Rubio indicated the U.S. knew Israel was going to strike and was worried about retaliation.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher those killed.
I am an extraordinarily strong supporter of Israel. But do I want Bibi Netanyahu making the decision of when and where Israel will strike and then bring Americans into a war?
Now, in response tonight, Netanyahu said it was ridiculous to suggest that Israel dragged the U.S. into the fight. Secretary of Defense Heightened gave no indication of an exit plan and did not rule out putting U.S. boots on the ground. Christine.
A lot to cover today, Dick, and more tomorrow. Thank you. The NYPD says that due to heightened threat environments, security has stepped up around sensitive locations, and that includes tonight as Jewish New Yorkers celebrate the holiday of Purim. 2 officers could be seen outside of an event on 5th Avenue near 43rd Street. Governor Hochul also says the state is coordinating with the city for added security. And the war with Iran has divided New Yorkers. Today, 2 protests took place, one in support of the U.S. operation, another calling on President Trump to bring an end to the war. Adi Guajardo shares what demonstrators had to say.
U.S. out of everywhere! U.S. out of everywhere!
Protesters waved signs in the air and chanted for change. Act Now to Stop War and End Racism, a U.S. anti-war movement, organized the emergency protests on Monday to call for an end to the war in Iran.
We want to stop this war before it escalates any further, before this spills out into the rest of the region and really has catastrophic effects.
President Donald Trump says the war was the last best chance of addressing the threat posed by Iran's ballistic missiles and nuclear program, a rationalization drawing sharp criticism from some.
Our family is against this war for many reasons. One, it's illegal. It's against the Constitution. It was waged without American Congress's consent.
Protesters marched from Columbus Circle, then past Trump Tower and dispersed outside of the New York Public Library. In Times Square, another group in support of the war gathered.
Thank you, USA!
Demonstrators waved the U.S. and the Iranian flags. Tara Sabet says she's lost family members at the hands of the Islamic Republic. public.
The fact that people are intervening to help get us out of this situation is monumental.
They say uprooting the regime will help usher in change.
I think it's a step in the right direction.
And for some, a step closer to a possible return to their homeland.
Going back to my country is a dream.
The two protests took place less than a mile apart, and one thing was clear. While they both want peace, the path to reaching it looks very different. In Times Square, Adi Guajardo, CBS News, New York.
And do keep it right here for continuing coverage on the war with Iran. You can also get updates on our website, cbsnewyork.com.